So get up a little extra earlier. Well, promises to improve Oklahoma City schools will likely be broken.
And that's the price of a multi-million-dollar mistake discovered in a bond proposal passed by voters. News 9's Rusty Surrett investigates how it all happened. Rusty.
Well, Charles, just a few hours ago, I asked the chairman of the school board and the superintendent who's to blame for this. Of course, nobody wants to point fingers, but somebody last year made a very big mistake, one that may very well eliminate some construction projects that were promised to students and parents.
Voters were told last year if they approve a $248 million bond proposal, the money would go towards significant improvements for Oklahoma City schools. The bond passed with no problems, but the new superintendent has just informed the school board of a major problem he discovered during his research.
First year, 15, second year.
So what happened? Well, simply put, the superintendent realized the district promised more than it could afford. Of the proposal that passed, $212 million was to go toward capital improvements like new classrooms and gymnasiums. But the cost of those projects and the amount of money coming from the bonds doesn't add up, resulting in what could be a $40 million shortfall. Now, the proposal also called for a 5-year timeline for all these improvements. But school leaders now realize that it could take 10 years, and school board members are not happy. Superintendent Springer recommends moving forward with bonds that are already sold for technology, transportation, security, and some construction projects. The remaining bonds for construction and capital improvements are now on the chopping block.
Now, it may be some time before we know which projects will get the green light. The superintendent says he's going to get with his staff, and then sometime within the coming weeks, he's going to be making the recommendations on which construction projects to cut, and then the school board will have to make the final decision. They're going to be voting on that. So this is certainly not the end of the story, and we'll keep you posted on what happens. Guys?
And we know you will, Rusty. Thank you. Now, Superintendent Springer says he'd like to schedule bond elections on a more frequent basis. By doing this, he says the district will have more money for projects and the flexibility to prioritize.